You haven't heard what I'm about to say, so I would check those things. To all parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, family, and friends of the matriculants who begin the time-honored tradition of the Rat Line today, good afternoon and welcome to Virginia Military Institute. To the members of the VMI Board of Visitors, as well as the faculty, staff, our coaches, it's good to see you here as we start the 2026-2027 academic year together. At this time, I'd ask the VMI senior leadership team, class advisor, parents council presidents, and pass and review alumni to please stand. In front of me are the best support system in higher education today. These individuals are professionals with extensive military and professional experience and are dedicated to your son or daughter's success. They will help to transform these young men and women into principled individuals to lead our nation and Commonwealth for generations to come. You and your cadet will become very familiar with them in the coming days, weeks, and months. Thank you. You may be seated. I'm pleased to report that we had an extremely competitive recruiting and admission process this year. The class of 27+3 is the largest class to matriculate in the history of VMI. "532 cadets from 36 states and 9 countries will comprise the RAT mass of 27+3. 306 are from the Commonwealth of Virginia, and 226 are from outside of the state, either in one of our states or foreign countries. The 84 women who are matriculating today comprise the third largest class of women since VMI became coeducational nearly 30 years ago. 146 matriculants are recruited NCAA Division I athletes. 253 are majoring in science, technology, engineering, or math. 279 in economics and business or the humanities. The average grade point average is 3.61, and 69 are on academic or ROTC scholarship. This is a very good class. And finally, to the new cadets, I'm very pleased to have a chance to spend a few minutes with you on your first day here at VMI. Each one of you should be very proud of your appointment to the VMI Corps of Cadets. Your appointment represents a great deal of hard work over the past 4 years. You would not be here today if we did not believe that you had what it takes to succeed here at VMI. Your decision to choose a college path far less traveled speaks volumes about your character as well as your goals, dreams, and aspirations. To use an Air Force expression, you have certainly aimed high. Parents, I commend you for supporting your son or daughters in this extraordinary undertaking. It is a unique and rigorous process that certainly is not for everyone. However, it will most likely change the trajectory of your child's life well beyond their time here at VMI. Rats, today will be a day you will never forget. It will be an experience unlike any other. Though it may not be as much fun as anything else you've ever done, you will certainly look back with fondness on this day, not just the beginning of your VMI experience, but the beginning of the rest of your adult life. 43 years ago today, I arrived here at VMI for my leadership journey. My story is a bit different. You all are far more accomplished than I was at your age. It took me 3 times to gain admission here to VMI. And, you know, I had to actually go meet with our admissions director, Colonel William Buchanan, a legendary VMI graduate, and one of the most intimidating people I've ever met in my entire life. And essentially that meeting went something like this. I don't think you have what it takes to be a very good cadet, and I don't think we're ever going to let you in here. So I had my next door neighbor, was a class of '67 graduate, who was accompanying me, and as I walked out of Smith Hall, where I now work, for the first time, I looked at Mr. Good in the eye and said, VCU's not a bad place to go to college. I was told to do certain things, which I did, and eventually gained admission here. I didn't know that that had occurred till I graduated from platoon leaders class in Quantico at the end of July of that year, and basically had 2 weeks to get ready to show up here. I showed up here a true believer. No one wanted to be here more than I. And about a month and a half into this journey, I was convinced I made the biggest mistake of my life. Now, why do I tell you this? Because anybody who's being truthful, who wears the ring, who has a diploma, at some point in their VMI journey, they hit the wall, okay? They look at their roommate, they stare out the window, and they say to themselves, I can't do this anymore. And what I'm telling you is those who stay will be champions in life, okay? It just takes one more day, one more week, one more month, and the rat line will be over, new horizons will appear, the days get a little better, and pretty soon, you know, you're looking forward to coming back as a cadre corporal for 3rd class year, and the next year you're waiting to get your ring, and then it's over. You got a diploma, and the rest of your life, you know, is a purposeful one. So all I'm telling both parents and new cadets is don't quit. You know, we have a line in our alma mater that says never say die. And that just means don't quit. Keep grinding. And if you do that, you'll get through this. Thousands of other people have. I was a skinny, kind of very below average academic kid from Richmond, Virginia. I'm standing here today as a 3-star general in the Marine Corps because I just didn't give up. Okay? And that's my advice to you. Don't give up. No matter how bad it gets, talk to your brother rats about it. If you really are struggling, we got more than enough people here to help you. Raise your hand. There's no harm in that. And we will get you to a counselor and we'll talk to you, because that's what happened to me. I was introduced to Dr. Mike Mansour, the department head of modern languages, who I never had a class with, who altered my life because he was the kindest man I ever met in my life. He sat me down, he said, you don't want to quit. And I'm like, actually, I'm here to do just that. And he talked me out of it. We made a plan. We kept a meeting every week for 2 years. And he changed my life. There are people here, your faculty advisor, professors you don't even have. There are people on the staff that will go out of their way to see you succeed. Take advantage of that. So that's kind of my story. And I'll continue with my address now, but that's really the impactful part of this. Don't quit, parents, don't let them quit. Do me a favor. You may have noticed a few minutes ago, I referred to the class of 27 plus 3. Although these young men and women will become VMI cadets today, they do not immediately become a VMI class. In fact, in the context of our class system, that year will only be referred to as 27 plus 3, at least for a while. Let me explain. At most 4-year colleges or universities, as soon as freshmen enroll in an institution, he or she is automatically identified as a member of a class of a particular year, usually associated with their graduation date. At VMI, this designation is withheld from the entering class until it has collectively met the challenges of our historic rat line and has been formally recognized by the upper three classes. Only then, and this will take place on a date to be determined in the first few months of 2027, will your cadets truly enter the Corps Cadets as a VMI class. This tradition, like so many others at the Institute, solidifies in an unforgettable way the idea that VMI is much more than just a collection of individual students. VMI is a tight-knit community in which you must earn the title cadet, where the needs and rights of the collective outweigh those of the individual. This is one of the many aspects that distinguishes VMI from virtually all other colleges or universities in the United States. Ours is a collective standard of conduct to which all cadets must commit to from the very beginning. Of course, by its very name, VMI stands out as a state military college. As an institution of higher learning, it provides an educational experience structured around personal honor, academic excellence, and soundness of mind, body, and spirit. As a military college, it operates within a framework of rules and regulations and organizational cohesion that is designed to cultivate individual discipline, attention to detail, and transform young people from all walks of life into well-educated men and women of exceptional character, capable of thinking critically and persevering under great adversity. During the next few weeks, indeed during the entire first year, which is known as the rat year, your sons and daughters will face many new challenges and experiences. For some, life here will progress smoothly. For most, it will be a challenge, if not downright difficult. And for others, the experience will test them to their absolute limits. Our team will go above and beyond to encourage and inspire your sons and daughters, doing all that is possible to help them succeed. But in the final analysis, we cannot want it more than they do. Each cadet must draw upon his or her own reserves of integrity, grit, mental toughness, stamina, and determination to succeed. The path they have chosen is not easy, and we make no apologies for that. It will test them, cause them to grow and mature, develop self-control and time management skills they didn't know that they had, and ultimately strengthen their character while developing their minds. This process has been the hallmark of the VMI experience since the Institute opened its doors in 1839. Tens of thousands of young men and women have embraced it to become VMI graduates and lead purposeful lives of service to the nation and their communities. But life as a cadet is not just a set of trials and tribulations. Classmates and roommates will soon get to know each other, and as people say today, they will develop a bond that transcends all other ties that bring human beings together. The brother rat spirit will spread over the entire class, and individuals will depend on others for camaraderie, help, encouragement, fortitude, and guidance. Class unity will grow, and this bond with their brother rats will last a lifetime. Their brother rats will stand at their side during their weddings, be godparents to their children, and be the first people they call with good news or bad for the rest of their lives. Cadets are also well known for humor that they invariably cultivate in a regimented and austere lifestyle. There is also a special pride that comes from accomplishments, whether at an inspection or a parade, in the classroom or athletic field. Mark my words, by the time you return for Parents' Weekend, a short 7 weeks from today, your sons and daughters will be filled with the spirit of VMI. I dare say you will notice changes in them, their bearing, appearance, toughness, politeness, time management, and their friendships. And of course, they will have more than a few war stories about barracks life to tell with obvious pride of belonging to an elite group of young people, the VMI Corps of Cadets. To the new cadets here today, taking the first important step of an exciting VMI journey, as distant as it seems right now, just 3 short years from now, one of you will be first-classmen on post, responsible for the life of barracks and leading the Corps of Cadets. One of you will be regimental commander. Another will be your class president, an elected office and duty that will last a lifetime. Another will be voted to the presidency of our cherished honor corps. And a few of you will captain our athletic teams. 4 years from now, you will be fully prepared intellectually, physically, and in character to pursue whatever personal and professional goals and dreams you have set for yourself. You will have graduated, and statistically, 98% of you will be starting your professional lives within 5 months of that date. Many of you will go on to distinguish yourselves in military or federal service, in business and private industry, as well as medicine, law, academia, sports, and numerous other professions both here and abroad. And as far-reaching as it might sound, it's possible that there is another chairman of the Joint Chiefs among you, a future General Marshal or General Dan Kane. All that lies in a distant future today. Today the journey begins. Take one day at a time and make each day count. Excellence is a habit, not a single act. Give your best effort all the time. Never forget why you chose VMI. The benefit of the road less traveled, the power of the habits of excellence. We wish you nothing but the absolute best. And as our alma mater says, never say die. Please remember that. I now call upon Colonel Lee Havard, the Commandant of Cadets of VMI.
Thank you, General Furness. Parents, grandparents, family, alumni, esteemed members of our board, friends of the Institute, and our incoming class of accomplished and talented young women and men. I look forward to watching these matriculants grow and develop as citizen soldier leaders during the first year and beyond. Today marks the 187th time we have assembled a new group of matriculants. While much has changed at the Institute as we inch closer to our institutional bicentennial, there are many aspects at VMI that remain unchanged. Military discipline and commitment are still expected and demanded. The word military is in our name, and we embrace all the virtues associated with military service. Additionally, you must still earn any privilege or reward you receive at VMI. Honor, standing, and recognition will not be gifted to you for simply showing up. Finally, we remain unapologetic for the rigorous tests and sacrifices you will make on your path towards earning a VMI degree. This place is special, and its output unquestionably sets our graduates apart from those who choose an easier path. However, I'm very optimistic as I look and scan across the matriculants in the audience today. Your presence illustrates special courage that we celebrate at VMI. You voluntarily chose the more difficult path and have sought out an experience to test yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally. We respect that choice, and we pledge that we will never quit on you in this journey. We ask you to commit to never quitting on yourself and to give your best effort in everything that you tackle at VMI, whether it be in the classroom on the drill fields, on the athletic fields, or within the barracks. During this journey, you will need to surrender your individuality in favor of teamwork. You will need to become emotionally resilient to the failures you will endure. And you will need to mentally cage yourself in giving the maximum effort in all that you do while also embracing a never say die attitude. If you align to these simple principles, you will thrive in the rat line at VMI. The forecast, however, for the days to come is self-sacrifice, physical challenge, individual and team failure, anxiousness as to what may come next, and restless nights in the August Shenandoah heat. The tactics that I encourage you to apply in countering this test are to bond with your peers in sacrifice, to learn from your miscues and the mistakes of others, for you to improve upon your known weaknesses, and most importantly, for you to strive in finding laughter in the daily grind amongst your roommates prior to shutting your eyes each night. Apply these maxims and you will be gaining enlightenment on the value of self-sacrifice and hardship. The next time you see your loved ones, you will have a special pride in having earned each privilege you receive. You will be on your way to building those bonds of sisterhood and brotherhood that are unmatched anywhere else. And you will have begun to showcase life skills that separate you from your peers who chose to go the easier path. My final advice before turning you over to your company cadre is this: give your best effort every day. Listen to and apply the feedback you are given. Be better tomorrow than you were today. Always look forward and never dwell on the past, and flush whatever failure you encounter while embracing the next challenge ahead. On August 20th, 1986, I sat where you sit today. I was anxious, and I had little idea what was to come in the days ahead. However, when I look before the matriculants before me, I see each of you just as capable or more capable than I was in navigating these challenges ahead. See the rat line through to its conclusion, and the question becomes not whether you will find success in life, but rather what stratosphere of success you will achieve. I look forward to watching you tackle this test over the weeks and months ahead. However, the time has now come for you to show us, and not just tell us, that VMI is the place for you. Good luck, class of 27 plus 3. Mr. Wynn, take charge of your matriculants.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Virginia Military Institute. I am Kim Long H. Wynn, Regimental Commander, Cadet First Captain of the VMI Corps of Cadets. The Virginia Military Institute has produced some of the nation's most prominent leaders, some of which, including Medal of Honor recipients, generals, and governors. One thing remains the same within the walls of barracks and amongst these individuals, which is an outstanding character. To the parents, your sons and daughters have taken a huge leap within their lives. The courage that it takes to choose the path less traveled speaks greatly upon their character and the values that they have been raised upon. Upon the entrance of barracks, I can assure you one thing. Waiting inside are professionally trained hand-selected cadre who have prepared to lead your sons and daughters to greatness at VMI and beyond. Upon returning home, you will notice immense and immediate differences within your sons and daughters, some of which including their professionalism, mannerism, and strength, mentally and physically. And finally, to the rat mass of 27 plus 3, you, yes, you, are about to enter the toughest system that this country has to offer. I commend you on your appointment and decision to become a VMI cadet. Rats, this journey will be hard and strenuous, but I can guarantee you one thing: you will never be alone. Take a look around the room, rats. Those in gym dyke shirts and shorts, those are your brother rats. Your immediate success leading up to this day and going forward for the remainder of your time at VMI depends on how you all work together as a class. Remember this, rats. At VMI, you will never be judged by how hard you fall, but by the courage you have to pick yourself up every single day here. Remember this, rats. You will do great as long as you put your head down, keep going forward. This journey will be strenuous. Best of luck to you, rats. Good luck today.
Battalion Commander, post!
I am the 1st Battalion Commander. I am Cadet Captain Abduhu S. Chaudhry. I am responsible for overseeing the training and well-being of your sons and daughters in companies Band through Charlie.
Band Company Commander, post! Band Company Corporal, post! I am the Band Company Commander. I am Cadet Captain Jackson E. McDonald. I am entrusted with the training and well-being of your sons and daughters. With the help of my cadre, I will transform them into model VMI cadets. On my command, those of you in the audience with the letters BD on your tag, come to the floor and fall in on the company guide. Band Company Rats, fall in!
Alpha Company Corporals! Host! I am the Alpha Company Commander. I am Cadet Captain Cameron Jones. I am responsible for the training and well-being of your sons and daughters. With the help of my cadre, I will transform them into model VMI cadets. On my command, all of you in the audience with the letter A on your tag will come to the floor and report to the Alpha Company Guidon. Alpha Company Rats, all in!
Bravo Company Corporals, post. I am the Bravo Company Commander. I am Cadet Captain Aiden J. Pazowski. I am responsible for the training and well-being of your sons and daughters. With the help of my cadre, I will transform them into model VMI cadets. On my command, all of you in the audience with the letter B on your tag, come to the floor and report to the Bravo Company Guidon. Bravo Company Rats, fall in! Bravo Company, hooray, press! Charlie Company Corporal, post! Forward, halt! I am the Charlie Company Commander. I, Cadet Captain Jacob J. DeMarco. I am responsible for the training and well-being of your sons and daughters. help my cadre, I will transform them to model VMI cadets. On my command, all of you in the audience, letter C on your tag, will come to the floor and report to the Charlie Company Guidon. Charlie Company Rats, fall in!
I am the 2nd Battalion Commander. I am Cadet Captain Caleb M. Chandler. I am responsible for overseeing the training and well-being of your sons and daughters in companies Delta through Foxtrot. Delta Company Commander, post. Delta Company Corporal, post.
I am Delta Company Commander. I, Cadet Captain Connor J. Roach. I am responsible for the training and well-being of your sons and daughters. With the help of my cadre, I will transform them into model VMI cadets. On my command, all of you in the audience with the letter D on your tag, come to the floor and report to the Delta Company Guidon. Delta Company Rats! Follow me!
Echo Company Corporal, post!
I am the Echo Company Commander. I am Cadet Captain Trygve S. Bloom. I am responsible for the training and well-being of your sons and daughters. With the help of my cadre, I will transform them into model VMI cadets. On my command, those of you in the audience with the letter E on your tag, come to the floor and report to the Echo Company Guidon. Echo Company rats! Fallen!
Action Company Corporal! Post! I am the F Troop Company Commander. I am Cadet Captain Daniel J. Duke. I am responsible for the training and well-being of your sons and daughters. With the help of my cadre, I will transform them into model VMI cadets. On my command, all of you in the audience with the letter F on your tag, come down to the floor and report to the F Company Guidon. F Troop Company Rats! Fall in! F Troop, hooray! S.
I am the 3rd Battalion Commander. I am Cadet Captain Caitlin E. Redlinger. I am responsible for overseeing the training and well-being of your sons and daughters in companies Gulf through India. Gulf Company Commander, post!
Gulf Company Corporals, post.
I am the Gulf Company Commander. I am Cadet Captain Nathan B. Brinker. I am responsible for the training and well-being of your sons and daughters. With the help of my cadre, I will transform them into model VMI cadets. On my command, those of you in the audience with a G on your tag, come to the floor and fall in on the Gulf Company guidon. Gulf Company Rats, fall in. Gulf Company, parade, punch! Stop. Rest. Hotel Company Corporal, host! I am the Hotel Company Commander. I am Cadet Captain Brenton N. Fentress. I am responsible for the training and well-being of your sons and daughters. With the help of my cadre, I will transform them into model VMI cadets. On my command, all of you in the audience with the letter H on your tag, report to the floor and report to the Hotel Company guidon. Hotel Company Rats, follow it! India Company Corporals, host! I am the India Company Commander. I am Cadet Captain Lucas X. Cosby. I am responsible for the training and well-being of your sons and daughters. With the help of my cadre, I will transform them into model VMI cadets. On my command, those of you with the letter I on your tag will come to the floor and report to the India Company guidon. India Company Rats, following.
Carry out the plan of the day. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. Rats, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I hereby engage to serve as a cadet in the Virginia Military Institute. For the term for which I have entered. I promise on my honor. Will I continue a member thereof. To obey all legal orders of the constituted authorities of the Institute. And to discharge all of my duties as a cadet with regularity and fidelity. I will never lie, cheat, steal, nor tolerate those who do. And I solemnly pledge to keep this covenant with all members of the Corps. So help me God. Take charge and carry out the plan of the day.